there's even less to say, at least definitively, about the Balts of the East. I've used the Old Norse term Oistkilfir, Easterlings, to describe them here, but other more specific terms were used for their subgroupings occasionally, such as Kurir, the Curonians of Latvia. The generalized term, however, does have its own problems, since similar words often referred to Norse who lived east of Norway and Sweden, or Iceland. But naming aside, the Gotar and Sviar were particularly active in this region as well. Even before 700, and thus even before the Viking Age, Norse were permanently living in settlements here, such as Elbing and Groben, among native Slavic populations. In the Baltic Sea itself, there were a handful of islands with arable land that, while culturally linked to the Norse, each had notable quirks of their own. For example, the rituals surrounding death in these regions all differ from their mainland neighbors. In Åland, for example, the ashes of the dead were placed in a ceramic urn that was topped by a miniature clay bear or beaver paw. The most famous of these islands, however, is Gotland, and you've probably seen its picture stones on the internet before, but if not, there's an example right here, and you can see more if you interact with this map yourself. Despite their appearance, they're not actually runestones, but rather a unique type of funerary monument found only in Gotland and a few places elsewhere still connected to its inhabitants. They usually don't have runic inscriptions, favoring instead a highly visual approach, hence the name. Their fame today, however, comes primarily from the way they seem to illustrate scenes from Norse mythology and legend. Odin transforming into an eagle, Sigurd the dragon slayer, Gunnar in the snake pit, etc., etc.